One of my favorite trout streams in the whole state. Just an amazing brook trout stream that gets overlooked. You can probably tell from the first stretch here, it's an extremely small technical stream. And you're making a lot of casts like this, where you're just trying to get into some spots. However, there are some really deep holes on this stretch. And I swear I've caught a couple of 16, 17-inch brown brooks out of here. It's just one of the best brook trout streams I've ever found. So we'll give it a shot. Beautiful day. Not quite two good holes yet. Gotta crawl through some stuff here first. And once I'm through that, it should be money. I got a few hours today, so I might try a few different stretches. But starting with my favorite here. There we go. Good brookie, not huge. A little bit of blood. Oh. You can kind of see what I mean. This is just a really tough stream to fish. I think that's why not many people fish it. But that's also why there seem to be some really, really good brookies in here. Like no other place that I've really ever seen. This place is special. Yeah, we're getting to the better holes now, so I'm gonna keep moving. That's the one. Rookie. Oh, it might come home with me. We'll see. Yep, I think that one will. Yeah, big male like that, big black mouth. Just beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous fish. And one thing I love about trout fishing is I love the way they taste, especially how brook trout taste. So this one will be going on the grill. So this is a hole a few years ago. I swear I had a 20-inch fish on. I just got a glimpse of him before he popped off. But we'll see. Good fish, not a huge one. Boy, that's... another good one. That one's a little small, so I think I'll let her go. There are not a lot of huge deep holes in this creek, so when you do find a deep hole, they tend to really stack up. That's a good healthy one. That one will probably come with me. Well, that's a good start. So I'll show you guys what I'm using here. As you guys know, I make my own spinners. I have one of those spinner jigs or whatever. But this one's just got a couple tungsten beads. I'm using the classic black and yellow, and then a big gold French blade that I actually put a holographic sticker on there. And I just dressed that up with some skirt material. Seems to work pretty good. And then this is on my new ultralight pole that I built this past winter. So I've been really happy. This is a 6-foot ultralight. I actually broke the tip off before I even used it, so it's closer to probably like 5'10" now. But it's an ultralight, moderate fast, and I am absolutely loving the moderate fast. It seems to have a little more forgiveness to load up for some of the bigger fish, which I was struggling with when I was using extra fast before. Hands are still wet from the last one. Small hen. Yeah, that big one won't play again. Alright guys, I'm back at the road crossing here. I figured I would show you how to clean these up. So I don't always keep trout, but it's been a couple years since I've eaten them. I didn't fish much last year. I know that this is a really healthy fishery. Not a lot of people fish it, and taking some of these bigger brookies out really doesn't hurt it. So if you are going to keep trout, make sure that you check the regulations. If you didn't know, in Wisconsin, every stream is a little bit different in how they do regulations. So they typically categorize them by class 1, 2, and 3, and then there are some special regulations. So make sure that you check the regulation book on the DNR website, figure out what's all out there, and then that way you know before you go out to the stream. This stream in particular I know is a class 1. Class 1 means you can keep 5 fish of any length, any species. So I know it's known for brook trout, and I managed to keep a couple of them. Now, when I keep fish, I used to do a creel and everything like that, but I found it just didn't keep them fresh. Now, if you can't tell, these fish are still alive. That's why I use a stringer. Typically, a stringer will keep them in the water. It keeps them cold. Even if they do die on the hook, it's going to keep them cold and keeps them fresh. You can tell they still have all their color. They haven't gone black. When you're using a creel, when it gets warm, especially in the heat of the summer, it really starts to get black and nasty, and I just try to keep them as fresh as I want. They're so delicate. They taste so good. I try not to ruin it. So with that being the case, I'll show you guys how I clean it. I'll throw this on my hat and give you guys a little better angle. Alright, so as I set up to do this, I want to make sure that you have a very sharp knife, because some of these bones and stuff are a little tough. But I try to do this where water is running a little faster. Now this stream doesn't have a lot of fast moving water, so this is going to have to be the best it is. Usually by the road crossings you'll find more. But you start off at the anal vent here and just make a cut. A little tougher near these back fins. Power through those, and I just cut and cut all the way up, just a little bit past the pectoral fins there. Now you'll see in their jaw that their tongue kind of comes down like that. So what I do is I take my knife and you just kind of poke it through, try and get it on both sides, and just pop it like that. I'll make another cut a little bit further down. Be careful of your fingers there. And then those of you familiar with trout fishing know that they have these teeth on their tongue actually, and they can be really sharp while you do this. So I usually just take my knife and I'll pop those off like that. I'll set my knife down, and all that you do is you grab in there and just kind of go towards the throat like that, another thumb on the top, and you just start kind of ripping. And you'll see the pec fins kind of come off, but then the rest of it just scrapes right out like that. Got the gills, getting the gills and all the guts, by far the most important part. And you'll see that that's mostly clean. Now notice how there's this thin layer right here. A lot of people think that's kind of like a mud line, like they think it's poop or something, but it's actually like their kidneys. This is what filters a lot of blood. So if you go down near the anal where you first made your first cut, just put your thumb through and just push all the way up towards the head, and you'll kind of feel it forcing out of there. So now I got most of that, and then you rinse it in the water. Make sure you get all of it really good, and that's it. That is why I love brook trout. That red flesh, and they are just delicious. I absolutely love them. Smoked, pan fried. My favorite is probably on a charcoal grill or over an open fire. They're tough to beat. So I'm going to clean this last one up here. you guys can join me for that, and then I might go hit one more stretch here, depending on what the clock says. I haven't checked yet.
Cody, this is pretty anemic.
Okay.
I don't think I've went this long all year without catching at least a rough fish.
Right, what's your sheephead here? Don't say that, and we're gonna get a pool of them here. I guess the white bass was pretty good this year too, wasn't it? In Fremont, I think I saw that they were just slaying them.
That's so big white bass.
Yeah.
I got some smoked white bass.
Did you? Turn out pretty good?
It did. Oh, back door. Yep, I'll get the front too. Well, here, Cody, turn your little robot on.
Oh, it's on already.
All right, you get that. Your little robot. Yeah, we see we're grousing about the sheephead.
Yeah, I was gonna say that one kind of looked like a sheep, didn't it?
Well, we'll see. Oh yeah, follow the sheep head. Show that to the camera.
Yeah, not what we're looking for.
Yeah.
But it's a fish. We're on the board.
Yeah, we're on the board.
Great.
Yeah. There's your sucker fish. That looks like a walleye. Yeah, went down like that. Yeah. Enjoy it. Sucker fish. Now what do we do?
That's the fish. Decide to pack up and move, and there you go.
The sucker fish.
Yep. Alright, so obviously a little change of scenery here from when you guys saw me earlier today. We are out on Lake Poygan now, trying to chase walleyes like I promised. We went from completely glass. Now the wind's picking up, and you can see rain to our north right now. But as we were backing up, getting ready to go to the next spot, of course the first board drops. So we're gonna do one more pass here, keep cruising, see if we can pick up a few more.
Sucker fish. Cody, that was a sucker. What's that?
Check the radar, we gotta call it a wrap. Looks like there's something nasty coming,